is enough said.
Happy Monday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here. Boom, 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 back with another Miami Heat Talk video. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday so far on this beautiful, cold South Florida weather. As I like to say, we get that 1 or 2 weeks of winter. We're experiencing it right now, you guys. So go ahead and show some excitement by smashing the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. We are so close to 5,000 subscribers, you guys. Just 73 subscribers away. Please, I need all hands on deck. Now, together, let's go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. First and foremost, you guys, the Miami Heat do have a game tonight against the Boston Celtics. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, this is the start of a very difficult 5 games that the Miami Heat have coming up. This is going to be the true test of the season. We're 9-9. We're the 6th seed. We're currently out of the play-in. But every team we're fighting against these next 5 games are basically contenders. So the Miami Heat need to scrounge up some of these dubs, because if the Heat have a very bad 5 games, it's going to be really difficult. Because you're going to go from possibly a play-in team to maybe even out of the play-in if you don't get these 5 games. So the Miami Heat need to treat every game like a playoff matchup. And there is a possibility that we will be without Jimmy Butler. Last night, Jimmy Butler did tweak his knee. X-rays show that it was negative, but he may not play tonight. And if we know anything from Jimmy Butler's track history with the Miami Heat, he misses a lot of games. So this is something definitely to monitor. But it was reported earlier this morning from Hoops Hype. And the point of this topic that I want to make today, you guys, it was reported by Hoops Hype earlier today that several teams are monitoring Kyle Kuzma from the Washington Wizards. HoopsHype.com reported today that other teams who have kept tabs on Kyle Kuzma include the Milwaukee Bucks, Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Lakers, Cleveland Cavaliers, and our Miami Heat. I'm not surprised. Kyle Kuzma and the Miami Heat have been linked in the past. There's been several rumors in the past that have popped up that the Miami Heat have shown interest in Kyle Kuzma, and why not? He's a 6'9" power forward that can space the floor. He can create on his own. He can rebound. He can facilitate. This is a guy that would be an amazing addition next to Bam Adebayo. Now, so far this season, you guys, Kyle Kuzma has played 12 games. He's averaged about 16 points a game, almost 6 rebounds a game, 2 assists, 42% for the field. That's kind of around what he hovers. He averages usually around 45%. He averaging 27.6% behind the three-point line, 68% from the free throw line. He's not known as an amazing free throw shooter, but solid to say the least. But this is a guy that can definitely bring a great offensive presence to this Miami Heat roster. We've talked about him before. One of the main reasons why I love Kyle Kuzma, you guys, it's not only what he can bring on the basketball court, but it's also his contract as well. He signed a 5-year, $90 million contract a couple of years ago, but this is a different type of contract. Normally, in the NBA, as the years start to go by, your contract gets larger, your salary goes up, you get a raise. But Kyle Kuzma's salary is the other way around. As the year progresses, the numbers go down. And if there's anything that we can mention about this new NBA collective bargaining agreement, every dollar counts, especially for teams that are above the luxury tax line, that are hitting the first, second apron line. The Miami Heat are currently a first apron team, about $1.5 million under the second apron tier. So the Miami Heat have some flexibility to make a trade. Kyle Kuzma this season is making $23.5 million. Next year, he's making $21.4. And then the final year of his contract in 26-27, he's making $19.4 million. These, ladies and gentlemen, is a very tradable contract. Now, does Kyle Kuzma fit with this Miami Heat roster? I believe so. Especially the way that Eric Spoelstra runs this offense. One thing I'm getting annoyed by, you guys, one thing that is really aggravating me, is the fact that Eric Spoelstra is continuing to start Haywood Highsmith in the power forward position. Haywood Highsmith is not a power forward. I understand that you have Jimmy Butler starting at the small forward position. Jimmy Butler in today's NBA is built like a power forward. So I understand what Spo is doing. He's starting an undersized power forward in Highsmith, not only because he has a huge wingspan, he can defend multiple positions, but he also has Jimmy Butler out there to make up for what Haywood cannot. But in the game yesterday against Toronto, you guys, there were times that you saw Haywood Highsmith out there defending Jakob Poeltl. And I know that Highsmith is an amazing defender, but let's be honest with ourselves. He's not a starting power forward in this NBA. So that is one thing that the Miami Heat have been lacking for years, to have a consistent starting power forward next to Bam Adebayo. You've shifted and changed so many players over these last few years. Kelly Olynyk, PJ Tucker, Caleb Martin, Haywood Highsmith, Nikola Jovic. You've put so many players at this power forward position. Some have worked, some have not worked so well. Kyle Kuzma can be the answer. Now, I understand that he's not a superstar level, but he's a guy that can fit that position, and he probably would be the best power forward playing next to Bam Adebayo. We all know that Bam Adebayo is a 4. We all want Bam Adebayo to be moved to the power forward position, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Spo likes Bam at the center. He doesn't think Kel'el Ware is ready yet. Kevin Love is the backup center. This is just something we need to accept. So if you make a trade for Kyle Kuzma, this can help your roster. He gives you everything you need. Size, offensive presence, can defend. He's not the greatest defender, but he's next to Bam Adebayo. So this would definitely help him. And Eric Spoelstra, I feel, can get a lot out of Kyle Kuzma. Now, you know there's going to be those people in the comments that are talking about, well, Kyle Kuzma was dating Tyler Hero's girlfriend. Is that going to cause an issue? I don't think so, you guys. Tyler Hero has 2 kids. He's got his girl. I really believe that something like that, you just leave it in the past. These players are professional. They're able to take personal matters, put it in the side, and I'm sure that with this Miami Heat culture and the collectiveness we have, that stuff will probably be squashed, which I'm sure it's already been squashed. So that's not something that I even think about. Now, the question is, what do you give up for Kyle Kuzma? Now, you have a lot of players that are making similar numbers to Kyle Kuzma. But I believe what the Heat are going to have to give up is a player that's a salary filler, a young asset, and potentially a future draft pick. So, I don't think you would need to give up Terry Rozier, even though Terry Rozier might be the shining piece, because he's on a 2-year contract. You know, it's coming to an end soon. But if you're the Washington Wizards and you're trying to make this trade, what do you want? It's like I've said before. You want an expiring contract or something that fits your needs. Duncan Robinson, ladies and gentlemen, has a sweetie of a contract. He's making over $19 million this season. Next year, he's making almost $20 million, but only $9 million is guaranteed. So that is a sweetie of a deal, especially in the new collective bargaining agreement. So the Miami Heat can come up with a package of Duncan Robinson, throw in Nikola Jovic, because Nikola Jovic is going to be a piece that Washington can build for the future. You're basically swapping Jovic for Kyle Kuzma. Jovic isn't even getting playing time at this point. So you can sell Washington that he can be a piece for the future, which is definitely something they can do. He's almost 21 years old. Then you would probably have to attach a future first, or what I would love, a future second-round draft pick. But Heat Nation, I want to ask you guys, do you think that a package surrounding Duncan Robinson, Nikola Jovic, and a future draft pick is good enough for the Miami Heat to get a player like Kyle Kuzma? Do you think that Kyle Kuzma can help the Miami Heat with their mediocre season? We're 9-9, we're a 6th seed, but the schedule is getting tough. Now, I'm not saying a trade like this is going to happen immediately, but the fact that this report came out, that the Miami Heat are monitoring Kyle Kuzma, the fact that the Miami Heat have had interest for Kyle Kuzma, and the fact that Kyle Kuzma has said in the past in recent interviews how much he loves Pat Riley and the Miami Heat culture. He's literally said that in an interview in the offseason. So all the signs point to a possible marriage between Kyle Kuzma and the Miami Heat. But I want to hear from you, Heat Nation. Would you love the Miami Heat to go after Kyle Kuzma? Do you think it's not worth it? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click that notification bell. Get your boy to 5,000 subscribers. Hope everybody has a beautiful day. Stay warm. And for those of you wondering, why does he have a WXW t-shirt on? For those of you that don't know, I am a professional wrestler. WXW Wrestling is the promotion that was ran by one of my trainers, Alpha the Wild Samoan. He's a WWE Hall of Famer. He recently passed a few months ago, recently had a birthday a couple weeks ago. I know I don't talk about wrestling much when I'm talking about the Miami Heat, but I do want to send a condolences to the Anawai family. Pops, Alpha, thank you so much. Thank you for the hand that you've dealt with my wrestling career. I love you. I miss you. For those of you that know about Pops, Alpha the Wild Samoan, leave a comment in the comments. Let me know your experiences with him. I would love to hear some stories. But again, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Until next time, your boy Ernest out. And that's enough said. Yeah, buddy.